normally higher than, I don't know, it just felt good though, and it, nothing but net, I guess. Unbelievable journey, just a great way to top it off.
Welcome back. Well, that was how last year's Class B state tournament in North Dakota finished. Hillsboro Central Valley senior Kyle Henningsgaard hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to defeat Four Winds Minnewacan 63-60, earning the first state title in the co-op's history. What if I told you that this year's finish was nearly the exact same? You have to see these highlights to believe it, but Hillsboro Central Valley made it back-to-back titles over the weekend, but it wasn't easy going against the 3-seed Bishop Ryan. So here to give us some insight into the wild finish and the tournament is our own Jody Norstead. Jody, have you ever seen anything like this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Kelly, we see a lot covering sports, don't we? But this is another new one for me. The March Madness wasn't just about what happened in the big dance with the college boys with the 1 seeds dropping like flies. It trickled down to the high school level this weekend in Bismarck. First, let's take a look at the bracket. We showed you highlights on Friday from the quarterfinal games. Then on Friday night, we saw Bishop Ryan knock off 2nd seed St. John by 7 in the semifinals thanks to Mason Hedberg's sharp shooting night. He hit 7 3-pointers in that game. Meanwhile, Hillsboro Central Valley escaped a late rally by Carrington to win by 3 in its semifinal with Carson Henningsgaard hitting some clutch free throws late. That set up our championship. Bishop Ryan, the 3-seed, trying to prevent Hillsboro Central Valley from finishing as back-to-back champs. There was great energy from the get-go in the building. Lions senior forward Chris Sowich showing off his range and then showing off some emotion on the way back down the court. You gotta love that. On the other end, Carson Henningsgaard and Jack Camrood worked the pick and roll to perfection. Camrood, the bucket and the foul. The senior finished with 15 points and 17 boards. Burrows up 5 after the first. Lions looking for an answer against the Burrow zone, and Caden Sheen finds Ben Bowl for the alley-oop. Bowl was terrific all tournament. He scored 24 in the championship. This guy was a monster too. Anthony Vetter with the offensive rebound. He gets the bucket to rattle home. Elliot Rotfold's team still up 29-23 at the break though. Start of the second half, Henningsgaard connects on one of his 3 triples. He did most of his damage at the free throw line though, making 13 of 16 for 22 points. The top seed of Bros had a comfortable 10-point lead with 1:21 left. When the Lions claw back into it, a 3-point play by Sheen, then Bishop Ryan steals it. Bowles' first 3 no good, gets his own rebound and hits, cutting the lead to 4 with 53 seconds left. Now Henningsgaard hits a pair of free throws. Bishop Ryan comes down again, trailing by 6. Bowl gets a screen and nails another one, trimming the lead to 3 with 43 seconds left. Hillsboro Central Valley inbounds it deep this time, but the Lions are going to be able to poke it free, and Hedberg gets the steal. Same possession, about 15 on the clock. The ball goes back to Hedberg, and everything is going in at this point. The triple ties the game. The 10-point lead evaporates in 70 seconds. Nobody scores the rest of the way. We head to overtime, tied at 63. Bishop Ryan feeding out that momentum in the extra session. Sowich is fist pumping again. The boys in blue are going to counter though. Henningsgaard kicks it to Ryan Troftgruben, who buries the 3 with 3 minutes left. It comes down to the final possession. HCV with the ball down 1 with seconds remaining, and it's a Henningsgaard with the ball, just like last year, only this time it's a pass to the corner, and Troftgruben buries it from the same spot he did earlier in overtime, only this time it gives the Burros the walk-off win, 73-71. The Burros storm the court for a second consecutive year. Henningsgaard wins MVP, Troftgruben is the hero, and head coach Elliot Rotfold was asked to explain the roller coaster ride of a title game.
We're not a great ball handling team. We got Carson, Landon fouled out. He's our second ball handler. We didn't handle it very well, but in that case, you got to give Minor Ryan all the credit. Down 12 with 2.5, 2:45 left. They kept fighting hard, and I can't give more credit to them and what they did. We were just lucky enough to make the last play again. I don't know how to describe it. It's unbelievable. Carson having the faith and trust in Ryan that he was going to knock down the shot. That just shows what kind of belief those guys have in each other, and make it or miss it, Carson was going to let Ryan have that shot, and he believed in him.
I mean, we preached confidence. I mean, it's a new game in overtime, 0-0, 4-minute game. We stepped it up and came out.
I mean, I was channeling my inner Kyle Henningsgaard from last year, so no, but Carson had an option to pass it to me or take it himself, and he passed it to me. I took it, and it felt good, and it was good. It's more than a dream come true right now. I can't believe it.
Channeling my inner Kyle Henningsgaard. Awesome. So that is how the Class B boys basketball season comes to an end. And it wasn't just the championship game that was close. Kelly, listen to this. The first quarterfinal game was decided by 15 points. The first quarterfinal decided by 15, the first game. But the rest of the 11 games, including the winner's bracket and consolation games, were decided by 8 points or less each time. That includes the final day. As we take a look at this bracket, this is the full bracket, but let's take a look at the final scores of the first place, third place, fifth place, and seventh place games. Because, of course, the championship game went to overtime, but the third place game went to St. John 56-52 over Carrington. Kyler McGillis scored 27 points in his final game as a Woodchuck. Beulah beat Shiloh Christian by 3 to take fifth, and Wyndmere Lidgerwood topped Stanley by 6 in overtime. Seniors Wyatt Hanson and Luke Furch each scored 27 in that game. Hanson was named Mr. Basketball on Saturday night. We'll talk more about Hanson next week as we discuss our Midco Sports Network Players of the Year in high school hoops. We had some great ones this past winter. Kelly, back to you.
All right, great stuff. Thanks, Jody.
You bet.
Coming up after the break, we'll bring it back down to South Dakota to talk prep hoops. Jason Andera is in studio to recap the boys' AA state tournament. Stay right here.